Hi, I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0, joined today by Pete Abraham. Well, I can think of two jobs in this country where you're never going to have a 100% approval rating: president and Red Sox manager. A lot of pressure always on Terry Francona, but it seems like there might be even more pressure this year. Red Sox won the offseason. They get Carl Crawford as a free agent, trade for Adrian Gonzalez. A lot of hype, a lot of excitement around this team. Pete, is there more pressure than usual on Terry Francona, if that's even possible?
Well, I think there is more pressure on Francona, just from a fan standpoint, certainly a media standpoint. I don't think he's going to feel it, though, because as you said, when you're the Red Sox manager, there's always a lot of pressure on you, always a lot of second guessers. There's so many people in New England who are convinced that they could manage the Red Sox and would do a better job. My father among them. Everybody, we all know people who are convinced that they could run the Red Sox.
Pete.
But if you're Terry Francona, you become used to that by now. He's been in the Red Sox manager for a long time now. He knows what the pressure is. He knows what the expectations are. Sure, it's out there, but it's not going to affect him too much. His job doesn't really change a whole lot, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think there's always so much pressure on the Red Sox manager. I mean, people expect them to win every year regardless. The offseason acquisitions obviously have boosted, I think, expectations for this team, but I think you're absolutely right. I mean, Francona is used to this. He's gone through it before. I mean, was there any more pressure? Is there any more pressure this year than, say, when he came, here in 2004 after what had happened then and the team hadn't won a World Series in 80-some-odd years? To me, I just don't see how there's more pressure than that this year just because they made these huge offseason acquisitions.
Well, sure, and don't forget, he's the only Red Sox manager who can say he's won 2 World Series, and he's done a lot of things that no other Red Sox manager could ever say. And so, I don't think Francona's a guy. He's got contract security. He's been here a long time. These players all really respond to him very well. He does a great job with the media and everything. I don't think, he knows what's out there and it's not going to affect him too much. But sure, there's a whole lot of pressure on him.
And the other thing about Francona that I like a lot, Pete, is that he's a great manager of people. And I think, look, I've covered some football and I know you've covered other sports. I think in football, game plan has a lot to do with it. And I think Francona is excellent when it comes to strategy. But really, I think his job in this market is about managing people. And I don't know if there's another manager in baseball who's better at managing people than Terry Francona.
No, and that's a big part of baseball. It's a 6-month grind. You add on that month of spring training. It's really a lot more than the X's and O's in baseball, especially in the American League. There's only so much of that you can do. Francona really does a good job of managing the big personalities on this team.
So yes, there is pressure on Terry Francona. Is there more pressure than usual? Maybe, but he's used to the pressure. I think he'll handle it well. So does Pete.